Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we are really excited. We are going apple picking, which is one of our favorite times of the year. I have so many recipes I'm really excited to try with the apples, and also the kids are just excited to run out in the field and pick their own apples. So we're bringing you guys along with us. Stay tuned, and I hope you enjoy this video. Girls, are you excited to go apple picking?
Yeah!
And you guys may actually recognize this orchard. So this is Apple Hill Orchard located in Morganton, North Carolina. And we have been to this orchard in previous years. If you go back in my channel, you will see that I have a video for this exact orchard. And my girls are so much smaller. Every time I see it, I just can't believe how much my daughters have grown. In order to be able to pick the apples, you do need to purchase a U-Pick pass. And you can do that online. I do believe you can do it on site as well. But just to make sure you get to pick the apples the day you go, you may want to make that reservation ahead of time on their website. They will give you the wristbands upon arrival. In addition to that, you also need to purchase something to put your apples in. So you can either purchase a basket or a bag. We purchased one of the big baskets, and I believe it was $35, and then we were able to just fill it up with as many apples as we could. Upon arrival to the orchard itself, they have a pretty well laid out map that shows you the apple type and the apples that are in season, and then you kind of just take that map into consideration when you're walking around to make sure that you're going in the route of the apples that are ready to pick. I do have to mention my husband did bring his camera, and he took some really cool pictures of the girls and of my family. My family did join me on our apple picking trip this year, which was really fun. They actually live really close to this orchard, so it was just a short drive for them, and they really enjoyed hanging out with the girls and picking apples with them. My little sister also enjoyed picking apples, and it was just an overall really fun, wholesome experience for our entire family.
Got it.
Also, it did take us a few tries to get the apples into the basket gently. And some additional info on Apple Hill Orchard and Cider Mill. They were actually opened in 1955. The U-Pick pass is $3.50, and that just gives you access to the orchard so that you can pick the apples yourself. Again, they have different pricing on the containers that you can put your apples in. The most expensive one is the big basket that you see in our wagon. We actually got two of them, and they are $35. However, they do hold quite a bit of apples. I would say about 12 to 15 pounds of apples. So it's not that bad of a deal, especially considering how fresh they are. So the experience overall isn't that expensive considering you're getting a good amount of apples to take home with you. And if you have little kids, you know little kids love apples. They'll eat it with anything and everything. So it was a great experience, and we got some healthy, tasty desserts out of it. Another thing I like about apple picking is that the apples go in season right at the beginning of fall, where it just starts getting a little bit cooler, but it's not too cold where you have to wear a ton of layers and you can't really move, but it's also not so hot that you're just in the sun sweating and miserable. So it's just the perfect time to be outdoors because it's nice and cool but not too cold, and so you can really enjoy this experience just because fall is just the perfect weather. Another thing I love about apple picking is that it's such a great activity for the smaller ones, as the apples are pretty low to the ground, so they're very easily accessible to smaller and closer to the ground children, so they were able to pick them right off the tree without having any help. As you can see, we were able to very quickly fill up both of our baskets with the help of our little ones, who were more than happy to fill them up for us. And after a day full of apple picking, we built up an appetite, and we were fortunate enough that my mama brought some homemade enchiladas for us to have for lunch. So we snagged a picnic table under the shelter, and we enjoyed a family meal together. Right after the yummy meal, we decided to go inside and check out all the goodies in the market, and it is unbelievable how many things you can make out of apples. We found apple pancake mix, apple salsa, apple jam, anything you can imagine apparently you can make out of apples. So if you need some inspo before you go home, definitely walk around the market, because you will be able to see some of the options that you have that you can make with that bin or bag full of apples that you are taking home with you. Also, don't forget to snag some donuts. They make the best apple donuts, and I honestly would have ate like 20 if I hadn't had a big lunch.
So we had a very successful apple picking day. We picked a ton of apples. We bought the biggest baskets they had, so we're gonna have to figure out tons of recipes, which I already have a few in mind. But now we are headed home. We are going to probably take a family nap because that was a lot of walking and the kids are exhausted, as you can tell from that one right there. And we are going to get started on some apple recipes. All right, here are the apples we brought. We actually ended up having a big bin and then a half of this basket. So we have so many apples. What are you guys gonna eat first?
We're going to eat the green one and the red one.
You want slices with peanut butter?
Yes.
Oh, nice. You too. Did you guys have fun?
Yes, and my eyes got very tired.
Yeah, you guys need a nap. And here are the recipes we made with our apples. We made hot apple cider. We also made chocolate dipped apple slices with coconuts and pecans, which were so yummy. We also made a juice which has beets, carrots, spinach, ginger, and then we added the apples for a little touch of sweetness. We also made some cinnamon rolls with some apple topping, and these were such a great breakfast. They pair perfectly with a hot cup of coffee. And finally, we made an apple pecan chicken salad, which I actually learned to make in my high school years when I worked at a Wendy's, and this is one of my absolute favorite salads. If you want the recipes, please comment below. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I will see you guys in my next one. Bye.